morning, this is Damon C, and I just want to drop a quick video on some deal breakers that could happen when you're going through real estate and trying to close on a wholesale deal, a fix and flip, buy and hold, just real estate deal, period. So the main thing I want to talk about today is divorce. Why divorce could be a deal breaker for you, not just for your children, not just financially, not just for your mental or yourself or anything like that, but yes, real estate, divorce could be a deal breaker, regardless if you're the seller, the wholesaler, or the buyer on a potential deal. Now, divorce, when it comes to divorce or with the title company, they want to know your marital status, married, divorced, single, widow, whatever the case is, they want to know so they can put it on your title work or the deed or whatever the case may be when they close. You must always check box that. If someone misses it, by the time you sell the property, they're going to want to know. Now, for someone in my position as a buyer or a wholesaler, when it's time to close, they want to check that off with the last person, right? The last person or the person who's currently selling the property. The thing is, when a person goes through divorce, they have to get consent or have to be in agreement still with that other party or their ex-spouse or significant other, right? Turn this down for you. The thing is, sometimes the significant other or the ex-spouse do not want to sign off on what it is that you're trying to sell. For instance, I just sold a fourplex in St. Joe, Missouri. The deal was that seller could not have any contact with his ex-spouse, or they were currently going through divorce. So he had to talk to his lawyer, to talk to her lawyer, to talk to her in order to sell. So the thing was, we got the deal done. At first, we couldn't get in contact with her. So that's the biggest thing of when you're dealing with someone who's going through divorce. You have to try to find that other person through Facebook, phone numbers, emails, have the title company call and things like that, and it doesn't always work. In the past, I've dealt with someone who's went through divorce. Now, this is the tricky part. Even though this lady got the property from her father before she got married to this guy and divorced him, she still had to get his consent in order to sell the property. So every deal is not going to be a golden deal. Every deal is not going to close because of situations like that. Simply divorce. Divorce can most definitely be a deal breaker for you. Like I said, we missed out on maybe $6,000 on that particular deal, all because the ex-husband stated that he wasn't going to sign off on anything. Now, a lot of times you could do what we tried to do is offer them some money. Hey, man, I give you $500, man. I just need you to sign off on this. This is important to me. I would love to close this deal. I'm sorry to hear about what you guys went through. I just want to do what I need to do, either wholesale, fix and flip this property so I can move forward with my life. So you can use stuff like that to try to move forward on a deal when it's dealing with divorce. But again, divorce is a deal breaker. It's a lot of steps to it. I can't even think if they want a divorce decree. They just need someone stating that you guys went through, or those guys, because I'm not going through it, those guys went through divorce at the time that they had that property. So this is Damon C. I hope this is helpful to you. Let's close deals. No, every deal is not going to be a great deal, or every deal may not go through, but at least you took the steps. Don't give up, even if you run into this problem. I have more deal breaker videos for you. I'm just getting started. Again, this is deal breaker number 2. So deal breaker number 2 will be deaths in the family. You always give your condolences to, whoever that you're speaking to. But the thing is, a lot of times in order for that person to sell, they have to have some type of death certificate or something like that, or have some type of contact from the previous family. So, for example, say I'm going into a wholesale deal and I run into a seller who's selling the stressed property, doesn't want it, this, that, and the third. Well, the person that he bought it from, they did like a quick claim deed, just signed it over for cash in hand, if they did it, regardless if they did it downtown or not. The deal behind that is they did a quick claim and now they passed away. So sometimes you have to go to who sold it to them, or go down the line of who sold it to who. Now this is why I say you shouldn't do quick claim deals deeds or anything like that. Make sure you get the title work, because you never know the underlying issue of a property. Now, the thing with that, in order to get past that, which will actually take a few months, will be you will have to do what's called a quiet title, I believe, in order to get that cleared off and move forward past that. But death is a deal breaker when it comes to wholesaling, buying or selling a property, and a person has quit claimed it. I have a partner of mine who dealt with this a time before. I've dealt with something similar where I had to go to maybe a neighbor of that person, and they had to state that, you know, yes, this person was married or not at the time when they purchased the house or when they sold the house, but now they're passed away. So you have to do some type of affidavit when you're doing the way that I just said it. But the way that he had to do it, like I said, you have to go through a quiet title and sell the property that way, which is a longer process. So that's deal breaker number 2. This is Damon C. Now, so let's talk about deal breaker number 3. Deal breaker number 3 for me will be any type of judgment or lien on the property. So let's say that you run into a seller who purchased a property from a tax sale, right? Now, the thing is, where people get mixed up with these deals, yes, everybody goes downtown and sit on the courthouse steps and bid on stuff and get it for cheap, $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, and they think they're getting something golden. But the thing is that they don't tell you a few things. Once you purchase that property, the owner of that particular property has a certain amount of years before they could come back and claim the property. You have to go through all the court stuff and things like that. Yes, I've known people and spoken with people who have actually been through that. That is a deal breaker, because you already spent your money on the property. Just say you started rehabbing the property. Man, the other thing is, when you buy from a tax sale, what they do not tell you that, yes, you're buying it for the past due taxes that's on the property, but what if there's other judgments or liens on the property? For example, we had a property under contract with a guy, and we was getting it at a decent wholesale price. He worked with us. He's been knowing us for a while, and we've done other deals with him on properties, fixing flips and things like that. And when we got it to the title company, had a buyer and everything, had earnest money down and everything. Now, we had to give that money back. But when it came to the title company said, hey man, you cannot sell this because you have it under contract, or you're selling it to someone for $35,000. But the judgment that's on this property exceeds way above what they're selling for. The judgment was for $103,000 to St. Luke's Hospital. Now, you have to be careful of that when you're buying these type of properties from tax sales. Like I said, there could be some type of judgment on the property, regardless if it's some type of mortgage or something like that, some type of hospital bill, doctor bill, medical bill, whatever it is that you owe to this last person that exceeds what they're selling the property for. If their judgment is for $50,000 and then the house is only worth 10 and they're trying to sell it for 10, you cannot do that, because that judgment exceeds what they do. And now you have to get something from the bank saying that, hey, we can write it off, or we'll handle this another way, or whoever has that judgment, you can do it like that. But though that is another deal breaker when it comes to you buying these properties from tax sales and things like that, especially when you're trying to buy or wholesale on the deal. You will actually have to walk away from that deal, because 9 times out of 10, there's nothing that you can really do with it unless you're buying and holding for yourself, or you do a quit claim deed where they're deeding it over to you, and that judgment, whoever the title company and whoever you have that judgment with, they don't know anything about it. But I don't do quit claim deeds or anything like that, or wholesale like that. People do, and I'm not against it or anything like that. You make your money the way you make your money. But for me, that is a deal breaker. And if you're like me, man, you hate to walk away from good deals or what you feel is a good deal, but there's more deals out there. Go to the next one. Keep going to the title company so you can know what's going on with these properties. Yo, all right. This is deal breaker number 4 that I could think of. And I'm gonna make it the last one. Deal breaker number 4 will be any person, male, female, who has children and they're on child support. Child support most definitely could be a deal breaker almost for anything, a relationship, a marriage, whatever you name it. Your financial situation, man, for you having financial stability. But like I said, it is a deal breaker for real estate. Let me tell you, had a property under contract for maybe like 17,000 over in Independence, right? Once we got into the title company tell you the truth. Unless you get just one of them shady title companies that's just gonna let anything slide, simply because they know you or they done business with you several times or anything like that, and they try to, Anyway, when it comes to title companies, they let you know child support is a judgment. They let you know about these little things that come up where you cannot sell the property or things that you need to do before they actually close on the property because they don't want things to come back on them. So property under contract for 17,000. Come to find out, this guy had a judgment for child support or he owed back child support for 39,000. Granted, his we call it baby mama. His baby mama took him off of child support before that, but he still had this $39,000 balance on the property or on connected to his name, to where once it shows up, that money that 17,000 would automatically been taken, but he could not sell the property due to that $39,000 lien. Now, they could have wrote a letter trying to get it waived or wrote off or things like that, but it would have been a timely process. He tried to work things out. It did not work, so we had to walk away from the deal. So with that being said, for you mothers and you fathers out there who have children or have arrears of child support and things like that, and you're dealing with real estate, you may run into that problem. So child support is a deal breaker for real estate. This is Damon C. I hope all 4 videos have been helpful to you. I'm coming with more content. Next will either be bandit signs or yellow letters. Maybe even a cold calling video. Maybe even a postcard video. You comment in the comments and you let me know what you want to hear from Damon C, and I got you. Peace.